Sometimes acting the part isn't quite enough, with some stars doing the superhero work for real. While a lot of action sequences in Marvel movies are done by VFX and stunt doubles, sometimes it's the stars who play the heroes who do the stunts themselves. While the amazing work the stunt doubles do can't be discounted, and with Hollywood policies preventing their stars from doing the more dangerous stunts, there are times when the stars throw themselves into the action. This can mean months of preparation and hard work, getting both mentally and physically prepared for the part. Sometimes the actors have prior experience, other times they just want to be more involved. Either way, the stunts they perform will impress and amaze you. In this video, we're going to look at the times that the actors did the pulsating stunts for themselves, including scaling high buildings, intense fight sequences, to insane front flips. You will see how they filmed that amazing fight sequence in Winter Soldier to that daring climb in Spider-Man Homecoming. We will see some of these amazing stunts and the huge amount of work that goes into making them come to life.
I could do this all day.
Yes, it's Captain America himself. While Chris Evans has played multiple comic book figures, it is his role as Captain America that is his most noticeable, and he went above and beyond for the character. Not only did he get in fantastic shape, piling on muscle, he also went and did a lot of his own stunts. While he does have a stunt double for some of those riskier sequences, Evans performs a large chunk of the action, in particular the hand-to-hand fight moves. This means tons of practice, learning the choreography and the moves as if it were a dance. Not only did he learn the fight sequences, but he even did the heavier stunts, including dangling from a helicopter. Okay, it wasn't a real helicopter, but he was still dangling from it. In fact, during the helicopter scene in Civil War, Evans did actually injure himself, and it was none other than Robert Downey Jr., aka Iron Man, who he was feuding with in the movie, who came to his aid. I guess RDJ loves him 3000 too. Aww. The amount of time that goes into performing these stunts deserves full praise, and it is clear to see how much Evans not only cared, but enjoyed playing Cap. Hopefully, we'll get to see him kicking butt and fighting helicopters again in the not-so-distant future. Tom Holland is well known for doing a huge majority of his Spidey stunts. In fact, it was his background in gymnastics that helped him secure the role in the first place. Holland has no problem doing the high-flying stunts or scaling walls with his intention to make it look as real as possible. In Spider-Man Homecoming, he did roughly 90% of his own stunts, with him saying that a day wouldn't go by where he didn't have to put his athletic ability to good use. To be able to perform these stunts, Holland had to stay in amazing shape, working out constantly to keep at peak physical condition. While Holland does use a stunt double in some circumstances too, as well as the use of CGI, Holland would often perform the motion capture so they could still get his physical attributes for the stunt. Like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, you could see Holland swinging through the streets of New York, with fans getting an excited look of him on ropes filming a post-credits scene for Far From Home. But probably one of the most impressive stunts is when he scaled the Washington Monument. Okay, it wasn't the Washington Monument, but he still had to scale a pitched wall instead of it being flat on the surface and a camera set on its side. It's safe to say he's not afraid of heights.
I'm not done, I'm not... Okay, I'm done.
We have known how awesome Zoe Saldana is for some time. From Avatar to Star Trek, she has some badass characters under her belt. That was no different for her role in Guardians of the Galaxy as the green cutie Gamora. From the get-go, she said she wanted to do her own stunts and got in amazing shape as she began to learn her new fight choreography. While she might have the fight sequences down like Chris Evans, she is also not afraid to do acrobatic stunts like Tom Holland. On a video posted in her Instagram page, she shared a behind-the-scenes stunt of her doing an impressive cartwheel during fight choreography. She is also not afraid of dangling from the wires, as behind-the-scenes footage of the second Guardians showed her dangling from 12 feet up in the air as they shot the opening battle. It is safe to say that she is a woman of many talents. It's hard to believe that the original X-Men came out 20 years ago in 2000. While superhero movies have changed a lot since then, and there have been a lot of changes to even the X-Men franchise, there has been one constant: Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Yes, the charming Australian has been Wolverine for 2 decades, and it is hard to imagine anyone else. Part of that is the amazing shape he got in, feeding off a diet of chicken and broccoli and working out constantly. Jackman's body size changes dramatically from the first X-Men movie to Wolverine Origins. But he didn't just look the part, he lived the part. While he did also have a stunt double for the riskier scenes, Jackman believed that it would add to the realism if he performed the stunts himself. In behind-the-scenes action, you can see Jackman in the thick of it, whether that be flying through the air on strings or his insane running for Logan. He gave his all for the role. But this did come at a cost when during the filming of The Wolverine, Jackman nearly broke his back in an on-set accident. It's a shame his spine isn't really made of adamantium, right? Am I right, folks? I'm right.
You just don't know it yet.
Class dismissed.
It's gonna be fun.
Although stuntwoman Heidi Moneymaker is the one who usually takes the punch in Marvel movies, now and then it is the star she is standing in for who takes them. While Moneymaker is the one who primarily does the stunts for Black Widow, Johansson would also take part in the action routines, especially a lot of the fight choreography. In fact, when Johansson first signed on to the role as Natasha Romanoff, she didn't realize the full impact it would have on her body. Johansson memorized some of the hand-to-hand movements and even did the occasional flip, fully embodying the former KGB spy. Like Jackman said about his role as Wolverine, it adds a layer of realism seeing Johansson performing the scenes and helps her really become the role. And let's face it, who doesn't love seeing Black Widow beating up bad guys?
I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.
Like Scarlett Johansson, a stunt double usually does the high-octane moves for Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes. But again, there were times where he lived up to the part as the Winter Soldier. Stan was credited by stunt coordinator Thomas Robinson Harper for his role as Winter Soldier, classing him as a humble and down-to-earth guy, and said that Stan would always show up to rehearsal for fight training like a sponge soaking in routines and learning his moves, always trying to improve himself. Harper labeled his end result as amazing, and you could see the hard work paying off with his hand-to-hand scenes with Captain America looking super authentic and heart-pounding.
Because I'm with you to the end of the line.
And not holding back.
You may remember her as a Disney princess or an ER doctor, but it was MingNa Wen's role in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that made her really stand out. Playing fan favorite Melinda May, Wen is an absolute badass with some truly memorable fight and action sequences. But what you might not have known is that she does her own stunts, something which she seems to really relish. She stated that she would often train with her stunt and fight coordinators to get the action sequences to look as awesome as possible. Safe to say she is doing a great job. Her self-proclaimed craziest stunt though came in an episode where she had to fight herself. During filming, she was going through the moves with her stunt double, but due to tiredness, missed a beat, with her stunt double clocking her rather too hard in the face and chipping her teeth. Now that's gotta hurt. MingNa Wen isn't the only person to transform into a badass on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but instead of transforming from a Disney princess, Chloe Bennett transformed from a pop star into a butt-kicking hero. Also like MingNa Wen, Bennett did her own stunts and fight choreography, and she put herself through rigorous stunt training to get ready for the part as Daisy, aka Quake. Bennett also put herself through 2 months of kickboxing, Krav Maga, boxing, and jiu-jitsu to make her performance as Daisy as realistic as possible. And she didn't put all this training to waste, performing the stunts and action sequences herself. Bennett loves the action so much, she said in an interview that it is so much fun and that she hates it when they have to put a stunt double in. And in one scene, Bennett seemed to have too much fun. In a scene in season 4 where she chases Ghost Rider and has to get on top of a car, she loved it so much she just couldn't stop giggling. At least she loves what she does.
Just so we're clear, this is Preston. She'll break your artery and maybe dull, but I'm determined. Keep smiling.
Hayley Atwell has captivated Marvel fans ever since her first appearance in First Avenger, with her romantic plotline with Captain America forever tugging at our heartstrings. Her popularity was so huge that her character, Peggy Carter, even got her own spin-off show, following her double life as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. The show has plenty of espionage and action, with Carter pursuing and fighting a number of villains. It turns out that Atwell herself performed a big chunk of these sequences, even if the more adept sequences were left to a stunt double. While she may not have the training as some of the other stars in this video, Atwell gave it her all and seemed to have a great amount of fun shooting these sequences. Although she might have had fun, her stunt crew might not have been as keen, with Atwell admitting in an interview that she hurt a few stuntmen during filming. Whoopsie doodles.
Do we understand each other? Yeah. Good. Oh, one more thing. Tip generously.
It is not just the heroes that like to do their own stunts. And it is not just Holland who does his own stunts in the Spider-Man movie. In Sam Raimi's original Spider-Man movie, Willem Dafoe, who played Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, insisted that he wanted to be involved with the part as much as possible. And that included the stunts. The production team even made the Green Goblin's suit lighter and more athletic so Dafoe could perform in it. Dafoe was apparently extremely flexible and a quick learner, making him the perfect man to perform his own stunts. In fact, he was so good that he performed in an impressive 90% of his stunts. So when you see Green Goblin flying around in the air, the likelihood is that Dafoe is doing that himself. Doesn't that make you love him even more? What was the most impressive stunt for you? Which actors do you think really went above and beyond for their part? Let us know in the comments below and make sure to subscribe to the channel below for more amazing content.